Woman in Black. The Woman in Black is a haunting case of numerous sightings of an apparition that couldn't be explained at the time of these happenings and are still shrouded in mystery to this day. This documentary seeks to shed some light on the strange paranormal events that happened in a family home in England over 100 years ago, and the shady events that may have led to its notoriety. Cheltenham is a town in an area of southwest England that has more than its fair share of dark ghost stories to tell, with a history spanning more than 1,000 years. The town really exploded into life in the 18th century when the rich and politically elite were attracted to enjoy its fashionable spa. Much building followed in its characteristic and attractive Regency style, including a planned extension named Pitfield. The case of the Woman in Black begins in one of these expensive dwellings, which was home to Henry Swinhoe in 1890, at the corner of Pitfield Circus Road and All Saints Road. Sightings of a female spirit occurred throughout the last decade of the 18th century. The haunting was experienced by numerous people independently over this time and also attracted the attention of a local ghost research group. The first wife of Henry Swinhoe died in 1866 and he remarried a lady named Imogen. For unknown reasons, perhaps distrust or strong feelings for his former wife, he hid his former wife's jewellery from his new wife in a safe. Imogen left Henry just before he passed away in 1876. She herself died 2 years later, and it is speculated that she is the Woman in Black, who returned to haunt the house. Perhaps she felt scorn and rejection, that she wasn't valued, that Henry hadn't considered her worthy of the jewellery. From then on, the history of the house is ill-fated. The next occupier to lease the house died just 6 months after first moving in. It then, perhaps as a result of its nascent infamy, lay vacant for a few years. In 1882, Frederick Despard, moving in from another part of Cheltenham, occupied the house, along with his many and variously aged children. It is at this time that sightings increased, mostly witnessed by Despard's teenage daughter Rosina. The apparition was described as a tall woman, dressed in black and who always covered part of her face with a handkerchief. This obviously hindered the identification of the spectre, but does seem to suggest a great sadness, perhaps mourning for some loss or unresolved problem. The ghost manifested itself such that it would move down the stairs of the house, pausing in the living room before passing along the hall to the garden, where she disappeared. Rosina paid attention to the ghost's actions and behaviour and noticed that, although it never interacted with anyone when it appeared, it seemed visibly solid and avoided furniture. She and other members of the family also witnessed unexplainable noises in the deep of night. It is worth considering at this point the validity of these claims, for apparitions are often believed to be a recording of a past that wouldn't impinge on the position of later furniture, and, for that matter, it is unclear how access was gained to these different rooms of the house, whether by opening doors or merely gliding through them as if they were simply not there. Do you think this could mean there is more to this ghost mystery than meets the eye? Perhaps this was a convenient way for Frederick to cover up an affair with another lady. Tell us in comments if you think this may have been an elaborate story to keep infidelity a secret. Nevertheless, most of the house's occupants are said to have seen the woman in black at various times, including the household dogs, which either cowered or howled in response to their apparent sensitivity to her presence. Such events even prompted the house to be investigated by Frederick Myers of the Society for Psychical Research. But attempts to obtain photographic evidence proved futile. The haunting declined in frequency from 1887 before ceasing altogether. The Desbards eventually moved out of the property in 1893. A boys' school occupied the building from 1898 and sightings of the apparition occurred once more. Intriguingly, on this occasion it was witnessed in daylight moving in the garden along a path. This brings to light further questions about the credibility of the witnesses or their ability to recall accurately what they saw. Despite the fact that these different occupants saw the woman in black, the apparition appeared in different places. To Rosina Despard, she was seen in the house before disappearing at the threshold of the garden. But at the boys' school, she was seen in the garden itself. Do you think there is a link here? Or do you think that this could be an example of boys telling tales having known about the house's dark past? Tell us in comments what you think about this and the credibility of Rosina's sightings. It does seem mysterious that the apparition could be seen so many times only within the house when the Desbards occupied the house, but not within the garden until new occupiers were present. Could this even be the same ghost? Was it too convenient a story that her face could not be seen? The boys' school eventually closed before the building was converted into residential use once more as apartments. What seems strange is that there have been no more sightings of the woman in black. Could witnesses merely have chosen not to talk? Or perhaps the stay of occupants was too short to make sense of any unusual happenings. Do you think the woman in black was trying to tell the Desbards something linked to her sadness or the hidden jewellery? Maybe you believe this was a fantastical story invented by a teenager seeking attention and to stand out in a large family. Or was it an elaborate hoax to cover up an affair? Discuss this in the comments section and let us know what you think. Whoever the woman in black was is as mysterious as why she would have been haunting the house, which is why this case continues to endure and may never be solved, whether you believe the witnesses or not.